I'm outside the Crossroads Center here, and coming next to me here is Daniel Pigeon, and he is riding his bicycle. And not just this short distance, but he's been riding from Vancouver. He's on his way to St. John's, Newfoundland. Daniel, thanks for stopping by the Crossroads Center to say hello.
No problem. Nice to see you.
How's it going so far? It's a long ride.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a good ride. I'm in a way better shape now than when I first started.
And now the big questions everyone's asking probably, why are you doing this to yourself, Daniel?
Absolutely. Well, back in November, I had the chance to go to a refugee camp in Western Sahara. It was along the border of Algeria and Western Sahara. I was there for a peace dialogue between Christians and Muslims, and the whole experience really, it touched my heart. And so I decided that I wanted to raise awareness for the cause.
Wow. And we'll give some coordinates where people can find out more about that in a moment. Now, how did you know that this was something that God was really wanting you to do?
Yeah, that's a good question. So after the experience, when I came back to Canada, I felt like I was supposed to do something, but I didn't know exactly what it was. And so I had the chance to fast for the first time. And so I went through a period of fasting and praying. And at the end of that, I just had the idea to ride my bike.
Yeah.
And so at first I didn't tell anybody about the idea. I wanted to kind of test it and make sure that this was actually something that I should do. And so I started training a little bit, and training was going good. And eventually I started to tell people and started praying with people, and then things came together. So
you knew this was God speaking to you.
Yeah.
And so how did the Lord provide for you then to even get going?
Yeah, absolutely. So when I came back from the trip, I didn't have the funds because I had spent the funds going on this trip. And so somebody donated the bike to me. It was a used bike, but it was in good condition. And so that was donated to me. I had a friend, he did his tax return, and he gave me half of his tax return, which allowed me to buy a bunch of gear. And a bunch of friends and family stepped forward and just started to donate.
Right.
And so that's,
So it's been a step of faith or a pedal of faith for you to just get out and do what you feel God asked you to do.
Yeah.
Now, on a personal level, how is this journey you're doing now maybe connect with your own personal journey of faith with the Lord?
Yeah, and so for me, I went through a season of life where I was experiencing a lot of conflict in my life between, just in friendships and relationships and that sort of thing. And so God started to put it on my heart to ask the question, what does it mean to love in tough situations? And so from that journey, I ended up taking a course called conflict resolution. I got a certificate in conflict resolution. And from there, I started to explore themes of nonviolent resistance to injustice, and saying, like, what does it mean to follow a God who is a God of mercy and justice and grace, and how does that all come together? Themes of forgiveness. And so that was really where my heart was at. And so then I found out about these peace dialogues happening between Christians and Muslims, and historically two groups that have had a little bit of a conflicting past. And so to see them walking in a new direction was super inspiring for me.
Wow.
And it fit my story as well.
Absolutely. And so you're doing it. So when did you start in Vancouver, and when do you plan to finish in St. John's, Newfoundland?
I started first week of May.
Yeah.
And then I gave myself a little bit of time to get through the mountains and get my legs adjusted and that kind of thing. And I'm planning to be in St. John's, Newfoundland around Labor Day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, God bless you in that journey. If people want to get updates, and I know you're doing kind of a blog along the way when you can, how do they connect with your website there?
Yeah, absolutely. So I am blogging, and it's danielwpigeon.tumblr.com. And on there, I post information. I have a background about the history of Western Sahara and the conflict in the area, and there's links that people can follow.
All right. Well, good man. Well, keep up the great work here and keep pedaling, and you're doing a great thing, and I'm glad we were able to be part of it.
Awesome. Thanks so much,
God bless you, Daniel.
Yeah,
All right. We'll let you get going.
Okay.
Okay.